Do you ever scroll Zillow for fun? Well, I did, and I found the most haunted properties, or suspiciously haunted properties, that I could find on the app. My name is Madison Timmons.
I'm Chris Soucy.
And we're paranormal investigators who live in the most haunted city on Earth, Savannah, Georgia.
Whether we're in the studio
or out in the field,
we hunt for the stories and experiences where the veil feels thin.
Shout out to our Parajunkie family on Patreon. This show is only possible with you.
And remember, this is a judgment-free circle. Your experiences matter, your questions are welcome, and the weird is normal.
So cut the lights, turn the volume up, and journey with us into the most haunted city on Earth. I'm Madison.
I'm Chris.
And welcome to the most haunted city on Earth. Welcome, everyone, to a new episode of The Most Haunted City on Earth. My name is Madison Timmons.
I'm Chris Soucy.
I'm ravenously hungry.
We have some new Parajunkies that we want to thank. So we want to thank Sydney, Katie, Lonnie, and Tara. Thank y'all so much for joining us over on the Parajunkie side of things.
Welcome to the Parajunkie fam.
Yes, very fun. We just did like a really interesting fix we haven't done in many years now. If you're not familiar with how that works, basically we do a pre-show episode of sorts that is only for the Parajunkies. We do it live. It's called The Fix. And this time we did Conjuring House trivia. And also who Chris and I feel like shouldn't own the Conjuring House. All satirical though. No tea, no shade. But the Conjuring House has been on our mind for a little while because actually it is going up for auction on Halloween. And if you follow us on social media, first off, if you don't follow us, you can find us under Haunted City Podcast on all of the platforms. Mm-hmm. But we posted a video basically talking about how Jason Hawes is fundraising so that the community altogether can acquire the Conjuring House property at the auction in hopes that there can be better facilitating of people to take over and care for the home in its future and make sure that it stays as spooky and as lovely as we want it.
Yes.
So, if you're interested in hearing more about that, the GoFundMe link is down below, and you can watch the whole video that we made on our social media or our YouTube, because we made almost a episode long little bit on that. So we've also been posting YouTube exclusives. So if you don't already follow us on YouTube, it's a great time to do so because we're posting all sorts of little bits and clips and insights onto our YouTube page that we do not post anywhere else. Really awesome. And that is also under Haunted City Studios. So a little bit different, Haunted City Studios. But if you look up our podcast name, it'll pop right up. Other than that, I think that's everything I have for announcements. So let's lead right on into our first Haunted Zillow.
Cool.
Dum dum dum.
Yes.
Dum dum dum.
So our first Haunted Zillow is one that we're all quite familiar with. It's the Conjuring House. Just because we're talking about it, I've pulled up the Zillow listing. It's not for sale on Zillow because I believe this is going through the bank, so
Right.
they don't
it's
really
through
do that.
foreclosure and they're auctioning it.
Exactly. So. Yeah, and the Zestimate, I love that they just come up with their own words on Zillow. Their Zestimate is that it is worth $965,100, which is generous, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you actually have been to the property, it does not feel like almost $1 million. It is like being in Abraham Lincoln's cabin.
Yes, and you're not really all that close to anything. So, you know, it's kind of
remote.
an interesting thing because in any other regard, you would think that this house could go for about between $200,000 to $300,000, except for it has copious land. So I think the land does add value to the property.
And there's water on the property.
And there's water on the property. So there are a lot of features to the property that I think puts it soundly in the 400 to 500 range, just without the history, without the story, and without the celebrity.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's not something that most people, if you were just looking at this like an average house, most people would see this as a bad deal. but because there's business opportunity associated with it, of course, the
absolutely.
estimate's going to be a little bit higher. But yeah, we'll be interested to see how much the house ends up being sold for at the auction, because I believe you said, Chris, that to actually compete to possibly win the bid, you have to have at least a $25,000 deposit.
Right.
So it's going to be at minimum, in my opinion, $50,000. But there's no way.
There might be an opening
Yeah.
bid. There might be a the bank might set a bid. I don't know that the 25,000 is technically the starting point, but you never know with auctions, because the bank has no interest in its history. It's trying to unload a liability. So a lot of people buy buildings at auction for a fraction of the cost, pennies on the dollar.
Absolutely, especially if the land is valuable, but nobody's going to be tearing down this home anytime soon, hopefully. So yeah, that's our first Haunted Zillow. If you know nothing about the Conjuring House, you can go and watch, I believe it was a 3-part series of our deep dive into the Conjuring House. So if you know nothing about the story, go check that out. It is way back in our catalog, but if you want it sorted properly, you can go to Patreon and join us over there. Everything's nicely neat and easy to find over there. But the first official one that is not the Conjuring House is an abandoned mine that I found in Idaho.
Just that by itself, abandoned mine for sale.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, it's going for $749,000
For a hole?
For kinda. Well, there's a shell of a building.
Oh, I see. There's actually a house on the property, but
that's
here's your abandoned mine.
That's a generous statement.
Oh, it's
That's
not a
the
house. There's a shack and some. Although it's a very pretty area.
Yeah, it's got a nice bridge, and there's a giant creek, river, I guess is the more appropriate term. But it looks like you can only access it over this rickety bridge.
Oh yeah.
It feels terrifying,
those are just
though.
like giant shacks.
Yes,
What is that?
a vat
There's a giant vat.
for where you put the bodies in acid.
Oh, you're making soap? Is that what's happening?
You never know.
Bring the kids around. We're making soap.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it has this super creepy
Interesting.
loft area.
Yeah, this is the set of a horror movie, a slasher movie. This is definitely, I can see someone chasing someone around with chainsaw, machete, axe. Not haunted, but haunted adjacent, where people are going to die.
Whoever gets this. This is like serial killer heaven.
Serial killer heaven. You could also get a couple like Bigfoot kind of encounters, because there's all this wooded area. Abandoned mine.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It is. It is crazy. The description that they gave is this 15-plus acre property located just 3 miles south of Yellow Pine on Johnson Creek Road includes, which I can't imagine Yellow Pine is a big area, because this looks remote as hell.
It looks so remote.
It includes a historic mining mill site with tremendous potential.
For what?
Bold. Who's mining?
Do they want you to mine? Is that what's happening? The potential is, what were they mining?
No, there's no word of that at all. Yeah, so it is accessible via a Forest Service road.
Oh.
And you'll cross a private bridge over Johnson Creek to reach the property.
So if you have a horror movie company and you need to buy a
That's
location,
perfect.
this is you can make all your dreams come true. That's at least 10 movies worth of sequels.
Oh, absolutely. The 2-story building, restoration effort needed, offers a solid foundation for those with vision. They're like, we don't have it, but if you do, this is a great
We're
chance.
not going to sell you anything more than, if you got a good imagination, this place might be good.
Yeah. It comes with valuable resources, including abundant power, a 75 kW generator, a cylindrical basin, which they still don't tell you what the basin is for, and other features on the main floor. This is a unique opportunity to own a secluded backcountry retreat, which is also a generous word, perfect for hunting, fishing, trail riding, snowmobiling, and a variety of outdoor recreational activities. The property is bordered by the Boise National Forest on all sides, so you know there's some creepies in that area.
All national forests are danger zones supernaturally and predatorily.
With Johnson Creek flowing through it, home to several species of trout. It lies within Idaho F&G Hunt. Unit 25 in the nearby South Fork Road is maintained year-round, providing winter access.
Oh, so you won't be trapped.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Just the fact that it has all of those things listed, that they're saying this is an outdoors person's dream.
That's because there's not a lot of indoors to the place.
Yeah. Well, it's like, if you're trying to say this is a hunting lodge, that is also not generous. But yeah. So I was just like, everything was so vague about that property that I thought it was just absolutely bizarre that it's absolutely bizarre that was actually for sale for the price too. Like, what do you mean you're selling this for almost $750,000 for a shack and some cryptids?
Well, 15 acres though.
But still, it's
in the middle of nowhere.
They also don't say if those acres are useful. They also don't say that there's not going to be a skinwalker waiting to rip your head off.
You are butt right up against some mountains there.
Yeah.
And there is a mine, which they won't tell us what kind of mine. What do you mine in Idaho? If there are any Idaho aficionados.
There has to be like minerals or crystals or something. Right. But it's a bizarre property. So I felt like it was a good starting point for us. The second property, though, actually is not that far from us. It is in Marietta, Georgia, and this is an abandoned property. It's basically a mansion. It is being sold for $650,000. And to start it out, let me read you the description. Estate home sale. So somebody died.
Yeah,
which
naturally
is leaning to my thought process that could, in theory, house a ghost, depending on who the person was. And it is in popular New Bedford subdivision. This home needs significant renovations and improvements and is priced accordingly. Investor special, which is always suspicious when they say that. Features of this home include hardwood floors throughout the home on all 3 levels. Island kitchen includes white cabinetry, breakfast bar, granite counters, SS appliances, and a breakfast area with a fireplace. Large sunroom opens to the family room with a fireplace, lots of fireplaces. 2-story foyer, separate dining and living rooms, front and rear stairs. Upper level features master suite with tongue and groove tray ceilings, which is disgusting sounding. Walk-in closet, vaulted bath with large tile shower, double vanity and garden tub, additional bedrooms, yada, yada, yada. The home formerly had an operable in-ground pool, which hasn't been functional for some time and has no liner. And it's close to a bunch of good schools and pickleball. So you would think really normal. But then you get in and there's just like a weird vibe of it.
Oh, it's very Tim Burton-esque.
Yeah.
It's very Beetlejuice-esque.
It is. It gives Beetlejuice. Like all the walls are black, but not in like a chic way.
They have a Chinese terracotta man painted.
They sure do.
A painted terracotta man.
With a
giant lantern, and he's got a spear in his hand. That's fascinating.
And this is what you see when you first walk in.
That's your entry point.
Yeah.
Welcome. We are guarded by a terracotta man.
By the terracotta man. Yeah.
Don't mind our Chinese golem.
Literally. And it's just like, it just gives you the heebie-jeebies. I don't know why.
Place. Yeah. Interesting. Something was dragged on the floor for a long period of time.
Yeah. Deep grooves in the hardwood. Concerning. Could be furniture, but still concerning.
Yeah. The floor is rough.
The floor is bad.
Floor needs help.
And like the design choices of it
These are
don't
big
help.
open rooms, but they feel claustrophobic all the same. It's,
do.
It's interesting.
Yeah. And then all of it of the
Jagged staircases everywhere.
yeah. And it's like when you get into the updated places, it's like, okay, that's not that bad. And then you get to the bathroom,
Whoa. No.
which is like,
No,
what is that?
That is a full-on Beetlejuice lamp. Look at that.
It is.
Beetlejuice
designed this house. This room, for some reason, gives me the weird vibes, especially. Yeah.
It's like a giant coffin.
It is. It's shaped like a giant coffin. It is.
Like the ceiling of it is like the interior of a coffin. Like if you were lying down in a coffin looking up, that's what you would see.
Right. And I think that's what they're talking about with the tongue and groove ceiling.
Oh yeah. See,
Not a fan.
No tongues, no grooves. No, thank you.
It's just like, you're right. It feels like you are like, this is the premonition of what you will see for eternity.
Good night.
Good night. And then it's like you get to this other part where it's like, okay, this looks like a normal house. And then it's like, oh my God, what? Like, what is this mirror?
No, it's all very weird.
It's just bizarre. And I also can't get a feel for the layout of this house.
Yeah. Every now and then there in these photographs. There's just like the hint of a staircase. And you're like, oh, well, that's weird. And then a turn of a staircase, and then it's like, oh, we're in the attic, obviously. And apparently they can't own lights that aren't waving at you.
Yes. And also the shower looks like it's straight out of Saw. It's like
Why?
Like
Why does it look that way?
Why is
the
it?
floor is so disturbing looking?
And why do they want so much money for this? What is this? This
That's obviously the
bar where he lures the victims into his saw chamber.
It's the nightclub that you can run out of the I don't know, corner of the house. The tongue that's the tongue to the groove. I
That
guess.
is. Well, yeah, it has the coffin roof here too.
Yeah, so bizarre.
It's so just bizarre. And that's the thing, is like with a lot of these properties, it's not that they
I would say
necessarily.
far away, I thought that was a pool table. It's just a giant torture table.
It is.
That is what Dexter ties you down to kill you.
And like, what is this padded little
that
area too?
Yeah, that makes no sense. None of it makes sense.
None of it makes sense. And yeah, it's the continuation of the theme with the coffin ceilings. It really is just, we have a wine cellar too in an odd position of the home, and then a horrific backyard.
Weird. It's all weird.
It's just weird. But you would
and even from the front, because of the design of it, it looks like the front door is like 30 feet tall.
Yes, it does. It's just, if you like living in a home.
Wait, is that a pool?
It is, but it's apparently
a ginormous pool.
But it's not functional, apparently.
It's a non-functioning ginormous. It's like a lap pool, like an Olympic lap pool with a diving area. What? It's got resort seating.
It's so
and
strange.
multiple parking spaces. What's going on?
Wait,
is this house a part of a? That can't be the same house, right?
It can't be.
No.
Okay, so they do have their little pool back here. This must be the clubhouse.
It's in a clubhouse. I get it. I get it because I was like, wait, why do they have so many parking spots?
And here's your pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball, tennis ball.
Tennis
ball. We can play tennis ball like the tennis ball people do.
Yeah. Your pickleball with a side of Saw torture chamber, if that's your shtick.
Yum.
And that's the thing when you're going through these properties. I feel like a lot of it has to be your heebie-jeebie meter, because regular old houses that people just sell that are not sensationalized, those stories obviously are not going to be listed with the property.
Right. Nobody's selling the house by that standard. Although I think if you're out there listening and you have an entrepreneurial spirit, I think being a haunted real estate broker there's a market.
Yeah.
I think that if that's what you specialize in, you found houses that were specifically haunted or something happened there, and because there are plenty of people who would buy the creepy house or the house that has the history that is just bizarre and scary. So I support the notion that industry could exist, because we're basically just going through Zillow and going, ugh, that place.
Well, and especially because it's an estate sale. So
Right.
it's like that also is a little telling when
Right.
even the family is like, we don't want this, even though it's in a desirable area. It's very big square footage. If you
Absolutely.
have enough money, which I'm assuming they might have because they were able to acquire a property this big, just put a little bit of love into it. You would think you'd want to keep something that has value, but no, they don't.
They're running
And they
away.
left the scary Chinese terracotta man.
Yeah.
So moving on to our next one, if you are a true crime person, this will look familiar to you. And also oddly enough, this went up for auction very similarly to the Conjuring House. It is the Murdaugh Moselle property. So after Alec Murdaugh was convicted, he was given his sentence. They liquidated all of his property, all of his properties and assets and stuff. So somebody obviously won the bid, and they won the property with their with the amount that they paid. But less than a year later, it's back up on the market, which there's a couple of reasons that could happen. Maybe one person was just trying to fix up anything that needed to be, corrected, so that they could flip it and make it into a more profitable sort of estate. Or it is dummy haunted because, I mean...
Well, also, I mean, it would be very difficult to own a place that, because they just did the Hulu series, right?
Yeah.
So it's just rearing its head again. Your property is a celebrity by itself. Think of all the people who are driving by to take pictures of it. Think of
Right.
how aggravating it probably is if you thought, oh, hey, I got this great property, I'm going to do something with it, and then to find out that it has so many people interested and so many, looky-loos.
Well, the thing is you would think they would expect that because they had to compete to get the property.
But at the same note, it is that interesting because apparently the people who bought it wanted to turn it into a horse because of the copious amounts of land and the trails and the ability to fence it all off. But for whatever reason, it is back on the market, and you now can own it for
$2.2 million.
Just $2.2 million.
Well, so if you're looking at the sale history, it's really weird. So on 5/28/2024, it was sold for $1,450,000. And then only in December 9th of that same year, so only a couple months after they bought it, they listed it for sale for $2,750,000. Removed that listing, and then they relisted it in September, on September 8th, 2025, for only $2.2 million when they bought it for $1,450,000. That isn't that great of a profit in the
although
grand
for the
scheme of
time
things.
period,
I guess.
I mean,
yeah.
it's less than a year. And you're basically, looking at about a 80% return on investment,
Right.
Which is pretty good for flipping a house. But you shouldn't be flipping $1 million houses. That's that's a huge gamble because who's buying them?
Well, and I can't imagine it needed that much upkeep.
I would think not. I'm
Right.
pretty sure the crime scene cleaners did a pretty good job.
Right. And yeah, it's just like, I mean, it looks immaculate when you go through. They did put like a giant horse stamp in the foyer,
Right.
which when I was first going through these, I was like, were the Murdaughs horse people? Because I didn't remember them being horse people, but then Chris found out about the new people enjoying horses. But yeah, it's got like all new appliances. It's got like beautiful live edge wood framings in some of the rooms. Gorgeous bathrooms.
It's very, very beautiful, but it's also very, very cold.
Yes, it is very cold.
It doesn't feel welcoming. It doesn't feel warm. It doesn't seem like a home.
It's impersonal. It feels like a fake house.
It does. It's and maybe if you furnished it correctly, maybe if you could, hang the right things on the wall. They put horses on the fence.
They did. They did put horses on the fence. I'm trying to see if they show us the inside. of the where the dogs were kept, because that's where the predominant of the issues went. I highly doubt they did, though.
I don't even know if it's still there.
Oh, yeah, it's still there. I mean, they show the outside of it, but it doesn't look like they go inside.
Oh.
Because they've got that, and then they've got this shed. It's definitely there, but it's just odd. And the listing, because imagine having to be the realtor to have to make this listing. And I don't know if in the state of South Carolina, they legally have to tell you if somebody died on the property, but...
I believe it does. If it's a crime, it has to be reported, but it does not have to be listed.
Right.
You know, like during disclosure, during, conversations about purchasing, you should be made aware of this. Although I don't think anybody would not know.
And they still are referring to it as Moselle.
Right.
Which any good haunted house needs an estate name.
Has its name.
And
right.
so, yeah, the listing reads completely overhauled 48.2 plus acre manicured low country estate with large horse paddocks and freshly renovated custom home. Moselle is located in Colleton County, South Carolina, and features 48.2 plus acres. The home and grounds have seen a complete overhaul, are exceptionally maintained.
They really want you to know it was overhauled.
Yes.
They said it like 4 times in the first 4 sentences. They're like, listen.
You will see no trace.
This is overhauled. There's not a drop of blood in the place. It's overhauled. It's cleaned. It's cleansed. It's refurbished and renovated.
Exactly. You're welcomed into the property through a grand 1/4-mile long live oak lined driveway, which is a mouthful, complete with a new custom iron gate entrance for added privacy and curb appeal. At the end of the main driveway lies the 2-story low country plantation style estate. This meticulously overhauled custom home has seen a recent expansion and now offers 4 spacious bedrooms and 5 luxurious bathrooms. Designed with an open floor plan, there is a seamless flow from the grand entrance and great room to the gourmet kitchen, complete with high-end appliances. Vaulted ceilings and new fixtures throughout lend a sense of drama, like it needs any more drama,
right,
and elegance to every space. The home boasts a fabulous new master wing for ultimate privacy, which they're also emphasizing privacy.
Right. They've said privacy several times.
Yeah. Along with a beautifully appointed spa-like bathroom, Moselle is ideal for equestrian enthusiasts and features 10 plus acres of fenced horse pasture. The land drains well, and with a 48 plus acre footprint, there is plenty of room for riding trails. 2 large barns are located on site and can be accessed by a separate service entry point of Moselle Road. And it has an expansive tractor shed. And along with a place for an airplane hangar that doubles as a barn. You'll have plenty of room to store all your essential equipment and gear. The estate is an exceptional blend of luxury, privacy, and functionality, ideal for those seeking a country lifestyle with space to entertain or simply enjoy the stunning low country landscape.
But was it overhauled?
It was overhauled. It was for sure overhauled. They want to make sure that you know, as the rich person who is coming to get this property, that it is now a Ritz-Carlton.
So overhauled. It has no trace of a man who murdered his wife and son.
Literally. It's just like, it's just a weird vibe. I mean, you can't have that sort of incident, especially with the amount of media coverage it had, be erased of its history. It's just not going to happen. No matter what you do, no matter how beautified it becomes, everybody is always going to picture what happened in this home. And especially if you keep calling it by the name that it was given by the Murdaughs, Moselle. If you keep calling it Moselle, everybody's going to still think of it. And also, I'm like, who is this target audience that they're thinking they're going to get? Because they're not going to get the wealthy elite who are just like, oh, yes, this does look like a beautiful equestrian center. No, you're going to get the freaks like us who have money. Well, we don't have that side, but the ones who do have money, they'll swap this up real fast. And
looks like Eni looked it up, and they do not have to disclose crimes and murders in a location, realtors in
Well,
South Carolina.
All they have to do is just check out Netflix real quick. And I think they're coming out with another series on this crime too, which not Netflix, but I think a different
It's Hulu.
platform.
It's the same people who did the Girl from Plainville and the Munchausen by proxy story.
Yes.
Yeah. That same, I think, crew, they do like true crime dramatizations.
Patrick Young said curb appeal, isn't it 7 miles from the road? Correct. It is.
It is far from the. Well, no, the gate has curb appeal.
Yeah. Just so when all of the paparazzi come rolling up to your little.
Oh yes, we should probably mention. Yes, this is the Murdaugh murders. This is Alec Murdaugh, who was a chief counselor in South Carolina, who ran a racket, like wide scale corruption, and it culminated in the shooting of his wife and son, on the property, right outside the kennels.
Mylia said, imagine how many people are buried on that land. I bet so much privacy. Well, and that's the key too, is there are other crimes that are alleged to be associated with the Murdaugh family, because this family was deeply entrenched into this county for multiple generations.
Right. It's weird because it seemed like the state of South Carolina has a very interesting, like, district attorney setup where it can be a legacy rather than an elected office. And so it just got to a point where if you were in those positions or you knew someone in those positions, your ability to create highly corruptible circumstances. The Murdaugh Murders podcast is an excellent listen for how entrenched a community can become in this type of corruption and what it's like in small southern towns or small southern districts. I'm saying small, but I think Charleston was actually included in the region of all of this. But it's still fascinating because it's amazing how families can hold power and then literally just write the rules.
Yeah.
And they're rules that everyone kind of knew. Like if you listen to the podcast, you hear over and over again how everyone knew not to anger the Murdaughs, or how not to be on the wrong side of, or how everybody bends their will towards them, and it ran into like big time scams and schemes where he was stealing millions from his clients, and it's nasty. It's just nasty.
It is very entrenched. I have a friend who lives out in Hampton County, which is where the Murdaugh family mostly lived. This was their other property in a nearby county. And so she was, and they also operated out of Hampton County as in their law firm. And she said, still to this day, people are very hush-hush about the crime. Like, because I think due to the fact that there are still extensions of this nuclear portion of the Murdaugh family that are still operating in the county.
Yeah,
and
the power just
there,
doesn't give up.
It doesn't.
It doesn't just give up. It doesn't just go away. It doesn't suddenly revert to the people because one person fell. It's fascinating and scary and terrifying.
It is.
And it tells you a lot about how governments work, because it is the people in power don't let go of power, and the people without power very rarely have an opportunity to turn the table.
Yeah, so if you got $2.2 million laying around, you too could own this scary property that may or may not be haunted by a bunch of people.
Right.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, so this next one is just disturbing. It is a former drug distribution house in Washington State.
Oh, those classic government auction houses where they've seized a property.
Yes.
And no doubt horrible things have happened there. And the government's like, okay, well, let's sell it. And those are usually dirt cheap.
It literally.
They're usually, because a lot of times I had a friend who bought 2 BMWs from a government auction, but they they did not have interiors. There were no seats. So he had a milk cart, and he would drive it like 2 miles, and then he'd get out and he'd walk back to get the other car, drive it 2 miles past that, and he basically slinkied his way home because he could buy these BMWs at a very cheap price.
Good Lord. Yeah, this place is just creepy in general. I mean, how could it not be? It's $250,000. It is in Bremerton, Washington. And first, before we look at the photos, let me read you this bizarre but short little description under what's special. They tagged it as great bones.
That's a terrible thing to say about a scary house.
Here's
great bones
it has excellent
in the
bones.
backyard.
And also in the foundation. You
Yeah.
can pick out which type of bone that is. So here's your opportunity for a fall project. Like it's a craft. Great bones and potential peekaboo view of Finney Bay. Bring your imagination, contractor.
There it is again.
Yeah, they're like,
We
use your
can't sell
imagination.
this.
Contractor, a checkbook. This home needs some love. Cash only.
Bring your imagination, contractor, and a checkbook. That's funny.
Cash only. Water and power are turned off. But also, again, the price for this is very generous. $250,000 for what you're about to see is unbelievable, actually. Yeah, so first off, we have that, the little dungeon that you
I've
can
seen
walk
that
down
in just
to.
about every horror movie I've ever watched. The rotting wood staircase.
And then everything's boarded. This part creeped me out. Somebody painted the word home on the door frame leading to the kitchen, and it's just unnerving. It's like...
Yeah, you imagine that a person in a full clown suit did that.
Right. And we have dirt and or blood. Who knows?
Strange stains, yeah.
Strange stains lining the floors everywhere. A really creepy little furnace. And very dirty carpet.
It's old wood-burning stove. Very stained building.
It's extremely.
Oh, God. It's just a mess.
It needs to be torn down.
Oh, that is a murder basement. If I've ever seen a murder basement, you can't murder more in the murder basement than that murder basement. That is a murder basement.
It's a murder basement.
The most murdery of all murder basements. Because everything what you really need in a murder basement is a large sink. Let's not play the importance of the large sink. You need a large sink if you're going to be in the murder basement.
Yeah, absolutely. And everything down there is just wet.
Yeah, unnaturally. It's even worse.
God. And what is this horrifying little back room that it leads to?
I don't know. It looks like there's a weird face over there.
It does.
That's gross.
No, it does. It is so strange.
That's terrible.
Jigsaw.
That's just terrible.
There's also
This is a Saw location. This is exactly where you would set up a bunch of death traps, tie someone to a chair, and say, "Good luck."
And there's this massive hole in the door too.
Well, that's where the government came in.
Oh yeah, in the basement.
In the basement. Oh God, it gets
worse. It gets so much worse.
Now we're in Silence of the Lambs territory, the labyrinthian nightmare dungeon where you want your night vision goggles.
And it's these are where they kept their murder tools. And you can see where I'm sure it's mud. I'm hoping it's mud, but it could be dried blood on the concrete floor. And also just an odd number of doors that just exist around
and odd
it.
shaped doors at
Yes.
that. Oh, yep. This is a continuation of the murder basement from Murder Town.
Mm-hmm. You can't tell me this is where they clean off after they murdered.
So there's just a shower head hanging from. It's just a hanging shower head.
It'll get
gotta
blood
get
off.
the blood off. Oh my Lord, this is terrible.
It's so scary.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not even scared of the haunting. Yeah, that's obviously where some horrible tragedy unfolded. I don't like that at all. And what's that door?
Yeah, what is that door? Leads to their
Oh,
seat.
is it some kind of weird ancient chifforobe?
be.
And see, so I believe that if you open that, instead of going to Narnia, you go directly to hell.
Absolutely, that is where you're going. I think being in that basement is about as close to being in hell as you could be on Earth. A
lovely back porch.
a nice little side patio covered.
They've literally boarded up any view you might have had. Is this the peekaboo that they were talking about?
I think that's the peekaboo. This little area that they left
that isn't boarded up.
That's where you
where
would,
the power is not.
Yeah, where you would in theory have power, but you no longer. It's not.
For some reason, they showed us the interior of the air conditioner.
They sure did. Also, here's another space that I can't deem where it is, but it has some nice, endearing graffiti of a red eye with hearts
around it. Yeah, none of that is pleasant.
None of it's pleasant.
Oh, but this is kind of artistic, and that looks like a body.
Yeah. So much room to hide people and lay people while you do your business.
And you have to imagine that no one's going to hear the screaming.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely not. You do have an okay carport, peekaboo.
Oh, my gosh. Don't get me wrong, it's an ugly building.
It is.
Like on top of
Naturally.
everything else, it's just an ugly building. It's got very unpleasant angles. It has, multiple roofs. It is, I don't like it. I don't.
It needs to
like
be
it.
bulldozed.
It needs to be destroyed.
Yeah. I'm convinced there has to be at minimum 10 ghosts in this house, and they don't all have to be intelligent. At least residual, though, because you can't tell me that there is not some kind of residual muck of energy just living.
Yeah, I'm going to say
this area.
Evil spirits would love this place.
Oh, they thrive.
Like even if they didn't die in this building, they'd seek it out.
They'd be like
they're going through Zillow, going, "Oh, look at this place. This place would be great."
They're like, reminds me of my mom's house. It's so nice.
I'll put a down payment of 5 souls.
Perfect. I'm sure they take it. Honestly, I'm sure that realtor would happily take souls in exchange of being able to rid themselves of this property.
Yeah, can you imagine being the realtor who's like, "Okay, hey guy, here's your property. Good luck."
Literally. Yeah, there's just nothing good about it at all. I also love how they say it. There is a fireplace in one portion in the scary basement, but they also say it has no fireplace.
No fireplace. That's just art.
You don't need that. That's not functional. But
ever since they burned those bodies down there, it just don't work right.
Yeah, it's pretty awful though. The selling history. And somebody out there is a pending sale. If that goes through, I will be shocked. But they actually wanted to pay $250,000 for this demon nest of whatever it is.
It's nasty.
It's really bad.
It's
I hope they bulldoze it and then build something else. And now the demons can live in like a nice property instead, because they ain't going anywhere. They live there. It's theirs now. But yeah, so our last one is just unnervingly cheap. It is.
That's always a telltale sign that something's wrong.
It is in Wells, Maine, which
Stephen King country.
And if you don't know where Wells, Maine is, it is the town right next to Ogunquit, which is a very ritzy little beach town in Maine. So the fact that there is a house, granted, I'm pretty sure it is
house is a strong term.
It is a mobile home.
It's a
of
room.
Sorts. Yeah.
So it's a room that's hooked up to plumbing, it looks like.
But it is up for sale for $10,900. I don't care what it is.
It's only 680 square feet.
That doesn't matter where it's just insane.
That's only 200 more square feet than the room we're in.
But still, it's the property it's on that is just making it so creepy.
So it's basically a tiny home.
Kinda. That's generous as well. But so
what a steal.
In all caps, what a steal. Motivated seller. What are they motivated by? Because to
They
me,
gotta get out.
they're like, please, God. That's why they're selling it for so cheap. They're like, I am about to be possessed. I need to get out
Although
of here.
this seems like a dream Airbnb.
Right.
It's right next to a really high end kind of resorty kind of area. It's charmingly small, and
Charmingly small.
I mean it is. It's basically a big hotel room,
Yeah, exactly. It's just
freestanding hotel room just out in the middle of someone's yard.
it's just too cheap to be comfortable.
No, it's too cheap. It is too cheap.
Like,
don't get me wrong.
It says bring offers in all caps. Seasonal beach home in the heart of the Wells Ogunquit vacation strip. So that's also
Fully furnished.
fully furnished.
Oh my God.
They're trying to get the hell out of there. They want to be gone. There is a demon living in this trailer. I'm telling you right now. Ready for you to enjoy. Meticulously maintained, which is generous as well. New roof in the sunroom in 2014. Work from home. Sunroom is currently open concept or could easily be divided for additional sleeping space or an office.
What?
Odd.
650 square feet.
And then more storage than most homes. Big private backyard on spacious lot, mature trees.
All that's suspicious. This is a pure suspicious.
Every single bit of it is so odd. Like, it looks like you're living
It's
on
a
a
shed.
boat. Yeah,
Right?
it is.
It's a shed.
basically.
That they've outfitted it, and it does have like it's like an RV that
Yeah.
got parked and then sucked into the ground.
It really is. This is a sunroom. You could have a lovely night's rest
actually-
here.
Actually, that's kind of nice.
It's not bad.
I mean, all in all, this is the most comfortable I've been looking at a place, but it does raise the question: what's
Why-
going on?
Why is it only $10,900?
Send that to me. I won't buy that.
Chris is like, I'll deal with the demon. I don't care.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to live there. I'm just going to go there off season.
Oh yeah,
I'll deal with the demon off season.
yeah. You
Off
know.
season demons are easy to deal with.
And it's like just by the property alone, like because it's got some fairly big space
Yeah.
in the area. Just for that, in my opinion, it should be at minimum 50,000. At minimum.
It's very hard to even say because it's a popular vacation area and it seems to have a good parcel of land. So like even if you bought it as for the land, knock this house down, you could build a nicer one.
Right.
Right? It's weird though.
It's-
It's got a big old picnic area.
It does.
Wait, go back. It does have an RV like air filtration system.
Maybe they just cut the wheels off, or like you said, the house is slowly being dragged to hell, and so the RV wheels are currently in the Earth's core.
I remember when old Tim parked that there. Now he's been dragged to hell.
Mylea said maybe sitting on a casual portal to hell or something. I agree.
Yeah.
You know,
But for that price, I could take a little hellfire.
yeah. There's lobster rolls in the nearby vicinity.
Lobster rolls in the nearby vicinity. I would like to push out that there's a chair here that has like arm and headrest coverings that have anchors on it, and there's something really endearing about that to me.
I think Chris
And
loves the hellhole.
I do well, and it's fully furnished. I
Do
don't
you
like
want
the
this?
furniture.
Do you want this furniture?
Well, they say fully furnished. They have director's chairs.
They do.
It's just like that's not furniture.
That's the bed.
So any bed's fine with me. I'm not a picky bed person.
I am.
I am a picky bedding person, so I do not want the bedding because it looks like they're trying to like create a marble effect with sheets, and I'm
It's
not into that.
happening. Yeah.
And there are picnic tables out back.
Well, obviously they need to have high tea with their ghosts and their demon from hell. They
Oh
can't
wait,
be.
there's an HOA.
Oh.
They tricked us.
And
They tricked us. I hate HOAs.
I do too.
$750 a month you have to pay even after you bought it. You own the place, but you have to pay rent on it.
It's so annoying. But for the price, because they did have it listed for, because this is a price cut. They
sure.
could not sell this for $15,900. So, so yeah,
So it's either haunted or the HOA are just butts.
yes. Either way sounds like a nightmare. But, well, thank y'all so much for watching today's nice little Haunted Zillow episode. We'll continue doing this because you guys really seem to love these types of episodes. And maybe one of you will go and buy these properties and tell us what's up with it. Or maybe if they're in your area, all of them have touring ability. Go tour it and let us know what you think of it.
Yeah.
But alrighty, that is enough for our yammering today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day whenever you're listening to this. And my name is Madison Timmons.
I'm Chris Susi.
And stay spooky, y'all.